Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'll be sharing with you 3 reasons you aren't astral projecting and also understanding how you can fix it. Now, I believe this video can really help people remove the blocks that they have around the whole process and understand more how they can make it easy and something that they actually allow to happen. Now, I've done a couple videos on astral projection before, and they're videos I get a lot of comments from you guys about on wanting to know why certain things are happening or why there's these blocks, and there's certain ones that came up consistently. And they're gonna be also ones that I've had to go through personally. Like when I had my first experience of it, and I'll link below the story that I have about my astral projection story and also the most powerful technique that I found for the process. I'll link that below. But in learning about those and in going through those, that's when I started to really learn that I had to modify the way I thought about these 3 things. Now, the first one has to do with one reason we may not be having success with astral projection is because we don't even believe that it's possible. Now realize that in life, our beliefs are creating the kind of experiences that we have. That based upon what we define to be true through our definitions, that's what's determining the kind of things that we experience. So with astral projection, if we have a belief that says that this isn't even possible, well, that will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So the idea behind this is really get to the core of what you believe to be true. Maybe you start to realize and you ask yourself, what would I have to believe is true to have this kind of experience or to have this kind of block? Then what will happen is your brain will start to look for the answers. And what will happen is your brain may go to a past memory that you have of maybe somebody telling you not to go and dive into that kind of stuff, or maybe being fearful of it, which is something I'll get into in a minute as well. And as you begin to see that there were these unconscious beliefs that said that it wasn't even possible, you can then see that if you just identify what that belief is, you can then decide to simply let it go. Once we identify where it came from, we can then see that we no longer prefer to carry it around, then we can decide to simply let it go. And once again, I also have videos that are about releasing and letting go, changing subconscious beliefs. I'll link those below as well. But then what we get to is the second reason that people aren't astral projecting, and that has to do with being fearful of the process, with really being fearful of the unknown and what could happen. Now, this is something, once again, that I went through because with the process, first off, I had to get used to and let go of any limiting beliefs I had about it. And then there was a fearful part of what will happen. It's the unknown. Who knows what could happen? And you read about things of people going through sleep paralysis and all these other different side effects of it. But really, once I became aware that it was nothing to fear, it's simply a shifting of perspective. And once I became aware of it in that way, it became so much easier for me to have the experience. Now realize the power and the way you can fix this one is by reframing around the whole connotation of astral projection and what it means. Now, what I mean by that is instead of viewing astral projection as the unknown and thinking of the unknown in a negative connotation, we can start to define it as something that's much more neutral. And by neutral, I mean start to associate it more with curiosity. That's what I did. I started to become very curious about it, and that changed and reframed the meaning of the fear. And once I started to reframe it, that's when the results really started to happen, and I started to really then break through to where then I had my first video on my astral projection experience. So getting to the core of the way we define it and looking at it and deciding it doesn't have to be fearful, it can be something we're just curious about, and really this goes into the belief about what the unknown is in general. When we reframe what that is, then we start to get a new effect in our life. Now, the third one is also a very common thing that people ask on my videos on astral projection, and that is they want it to happen so bad, and then they end up almost resisting it because they want it so bad. So this is about realizing that we must let go of the outcome. And now in order to fix this, the easiest way I have found is to not take this so serious. Be more playful about it. Be playful and curious at the same time. And that for me was what allowed me to have the experience that I did. It was simply being playful about it. Now, the key to this is having an intention for it to happen. You still want the intention for it to happen, but at the same time, with you don't need it to happen right now in this moment. And the moment we just start having this perspective, like we're almost playing around with the perspective, like it would be cool if it happened, but I don't need it to happen, and then kind of playing around with that intention, that's when I found the best results. And that's the one thing that I've recommended to the most amount of people that people have said had made the breakthrough for them. So let go of the outcome, allow it to happen, realize that when you surrender to the outcome, you are actually making it more probable that it happens, because it's not your ego that's trying to force it. You can't force it. You have to allow it, you have to intend it, but you can also let it be. And remember, you can let go of the limiting beliefs holding us back from even thinking it's possible. We can start to reframe the fear underneath it. And as we do those three things, we'll find that we have a much better chance of it happening, and that we're actually existing in the state of being that is necessary for the process to happen. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, share it if you found it of value, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next vid. Peace, much love, namaste. All right, bye.